Hello, 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 everyone. My name is Patricia Ribeiro Wolfson. Welcome to Me First TV. I'm a coach and energy practitioner who helps people simplify transformation through the Me First method, which I developed over 12 years ago. And I have been using this method with clients and personally to move through challenging times ever since then. I have spent most of my life thinking and overthinking everything, okay? And so I really want to talk to you guys about this today. I have worked really hard. Oh, there's my phone. Nope, can't answer that right now. Sorry. Okay. I have worked really hard on changing my thoughts, healing my limiting beliefs, changing unhealthy patterns. But I must confess that there's one thing that I have avoided, and it is a very important part of the puzzle, and it also happens to be today's topic, and that is listening to your body. I really am terrible at listening to my body. It's an unfortunate circumstance of, I think, the conditioning that many of us received as young people in this generation. If you are Gen X, millennial, I can't speak for anything beyond that, but certainly the Gen X, millennial areas, you've probably suffered through this, where we have been taught, and society has taught us to not trust our instincts, that our bodies are not good enough, that we are not good enough, right? We've been conditioned to change and fix and hate our bodies, but we have not been taught how to take care of it and truly listen to what it needs. We have not been shown how to connect with the vessel that holds our spirit, or how to use our body to amplify our intentions. So that's what I want to talk about today, because I have found, like I said, I have been very sort of mentally skilled. It's something I practice all the time, constantly analyzing, constantly thinking, constantly finding solutions, but very much up here. And it is very present in the energy of humanity right now that we need to get out of our heads, out of, thinking and saying things, and we need to get into our bodies, start taking action. But we need to, before you take action, and of course yesterday's topic was all about doing action you've been avoiding, right? But in order for you to take action, you need to connect with your body, because the body is the one part of you that has to actually complete the action. Your body is the one that has to follow through with your intentions. So if your body is not connected, if you're not connected to your body, if you don't know what your body needs or wants from you, if you are not taking care of your body, then it is really challenging for you to try and embody your intentions or bring your intentions to life, because the thing that needs to bring it to life is this vessel, right? I can think all the things I want. I can have all the mindset, all the affirmations. I can say all the affirmations. I can think amazing thoughts. I can do everything with my head. But if I don't integrate those thoughts and those intentions into my body and physically take action in this time and space, then everything else, it's just an illusion. It's just a dream. It's just a goal with nowhere to go. If you are not embodying it, if you are not taking the steps to do it. But in order for you to take those steps and take action, the first thing you need to do is you need to make your body feel safe taking that action. And that's a piece of the puzzle that we don't really talk about a lot, is creating safety in our body in order to do the things that we need to do, right? And you can only create safety in your body when you are connected to your body, when you know what is happening, when you open the lines of communication with your body and improve that body relationship, right? Your relationship with your body, then you can have a clear idea of what you can do and what you can't do. All right. And you're going to have the type of relationship with your body that you're going to be able to either push the limits or listen when you need to, take a moment or be more gentle or kind with your body. All right. So we're going to talk about this a little bit more in the show, but I want to do our Me First morning, our Me First ritual first, okay? Because this is our first step in getting grounded and getting into the body. This is one of the reasons why I do this with you every day when I come on the show. It is a practice both for me and it is encouragement for you that if nothing else, if you do nothing else in your day, if you can do this simple practice, this simple little Me First ritual that we do together, that is one step closer to connecting with your body. That is you just for a moment making your body and that connection between your mind, body, and spirit an intention for your day. Not just an intention, but that is the action you're taking every day. That is the relationship that you are cultivating when you do this little ritual, when you include your body and you connect your intentions, your thoughts, your dreams to your body and get into your body. This is how we do things. This is how you're able to take action. All right. If you're watching, don't forget to say hello, and please go ahead and subscribe to Me First TV if you haven't done so yet on YouTube. Regardless of where you're watching this, if you go to my YouTube channel, you will find hours and hours of content about the Me First method, about the GPS word, and the daily ABCs, which we've been talking about the last couple days and will continue to. And you will also find other tips and strategies to navigate your everyday challenges while still looking after yourself and your family. So I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and ding the notifications bell so you know when I'm going live. The other thing I recommend you do right now is to go ahead and download the free Me First TV guide, which is a guide of simple transformation practices. It's just like a quick reference of all the things that we do together, the things that I talk about here on the show, but in a quick little guide to just to give you little prompts of ways to calibrate your energy, right? It includes how to calibrate your energy, the Me First ritual that we do together, some quick GPS activities if you need some help in trying to figure out what your GPS word is for the day or for the year, for whatever. It talks about the daily ABCs and a simple guide to manage stress. All right, we can't answer that call right now either. So, so we're just going to keep continuing. Okay, so now this is a perfect time for us to get grounded and do some breathing together. So join me for our 3 quick breaths, right? These are simple exercises that you can do at any time. You can take more breaths. You can do a whole somatic breathing training. But for us, we are going to do just a quick little warm up. We're going to do 3 deep breaths. You're going to breathe in through your nose like this. You are going to breathe in for 5 seconds. You're going to hold for 5, and then you're going to release for 10. This is just an exercise that I find works for me. If you can't hold your breath for that long, hold it for a little bit less. The key here is to hold your breath and also to release your breath and exhale for longer than you inhale, because that signals to your body that you are okay. It is calming to the body. All right, so let's do that together. Breathe in through the nose and hold. And breathe out. Oh, you guys see, I completely forgot to light my candle, which is how we usually start this because I got flustered with that phone call. All right, but that's okay. Whoever it is can leave a message and I will deal with it later. I got a new candle, guys. Look at this. This is Harry Sven, for those of you who know, my husband's art and the book that he wrote. This is like a color form, actually, and I just kind of added it to this candle, and I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's going to be my candle from now on for the show because it's long enough and should last. Okay, here we go. Let's do 2 more breaths. Now, I interrupted that because I hadn't lit the candle yet, and I hadn't put the essential oils yet, which is normally what I do, but that's what happens. Sometimes I am discombobulated, and that's why I do this ritual with you guys. And on my own, when I'm feeling disconnected and I'm like all over the place, I bring myself back into this place. So let's do that together. We're going to do 2 more breaths, okay? Deep breath in and hold and release. Okay. Last breath, I want you to make it count. Take a really, really deep breath in. Hold to increase the capacity of life force that you hold in your body. And then I want you to release and just imagine that any of that tension or any of that sort of, I was going to say nasty oxygen, but sure, yeah, we'll say nasty oxygen, whatever's not serving you, we're going to release it with that last breath, okay? Last time, here we go. And hold. And release. Okay, now let's do a little stretching. Okay, we do the stretching for the same reason that we do the breathing. We want to release tension, and we want to really just stretch out any stuck or stagnant energy. We want to stretch our body. We want to release any tension that may have built up. I'm sure you all have tension because it's a tense world right now, okay? And this is, I'm just doing like the neck up because we're doing this together. If I was on my own, I would be doing body stretches, and I often do that throughout my day, especially when I'm feeling tense, as I'll just take a couple minutes and stretch out my body, do a little bit of breathing, maybe get my feet out into the earth, which is very grounding, my feet right on the grass, and just breathe. Okay, well, that's my son now, so I have to answer. You guys are going to have to hold a second. Motherhood, woo! Okay. Motherhood, woo! All right, so you guys all just witnessed what happens in my day to day. All right. Everything's okay. My children are fine. Just sometimes they struggle and they call me and we figure it out and then they figure it out. Okay, so where were we? Deep breaths. Yes, we did the deep breaths, we did the stretching, and now we shake it out. Okay, and literally, I'm gonna stand up right now, and you can just like shake, 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 which I don't normally do, but just that call got me. I'm a mom. I worry. Although everybody's okay, I still worry, and so it's just sometimes we need to get back to ourselves. And this is perfect for today's topic, because now I'm a little discombobulated because of that, and I am going to work on reconnecting and recombobulating myself. I don't know, that's not a word, but I kind of like it. All right, we'll use it for now. Okay, so let's set an intention with a prayer. For those of you who would like to say your own prayer or have your own connection with spirit, please go ahead and do that, or just sit quietly and set your intentions and call in your spiritual support team and ask them for support, as I will do the same. on behalf of all of us that are watching and listening. Okay. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, my love, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of infinite consciousness connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Help us to embody our intentions for the day and help us raise the collective vibration for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sending us signs and synchronicities and highlighting the path of true alignment to our highest good for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Okay, now that we've done that, let's get into the topic, right? Because I'm probably going to have to go soon. So let's just do that right now. Okay. Yesterday, we talked about one of the practices that I recommend doing daily in order to align your mind, body, spirit, which was the ABCs. Okay. So to refresh your memory, and I will show you, because I kind of like it, I will show you the little handout that we showed yesterday, or what are the ABCs, okay, to refresh your memory. Number 1A is take an action you've been avoiding. B is do something nourishing for your body. And C is do something creative to connect with your heart and soul space, okay? That's just a little reminder of what we were talking about yesterday. And mostly we focused on doing something. Yesterday we talked about an action you've been avoiding, okay? And we talked about the importance of doing an action you've been avoiding and the energetic results that you can expect. But today I want to talk about the B and ABCs, and that's doing something nourishing for your body. In case you didn't figure out, that's what we're doing. Ideally, this is about connecting with your body. It is about taking care of your vessel. So unlike other creators, spiritual or otherwise, who might focus on becoming your best, most physically fit self or aligning with the highest vibration by purifying your body, that is not me. I, on the other hand, am going to encourage you to develop a new relationship with your body, one that is created over time with patience, love, and understanding, right? No judgment. One that does not judge and only has observations that provide information that you can use to make decisions about your well-being. We are not judging our bodies. We're not judging what we are able to do or not able to do. We are not judging how it looks, how it feels, right? There's no judgment. Simply observations, right? And these observations, and I'm doing this purposely slowly, and I'm purposely repeating this because I want you to truly understand what the purpose of this, B and ABCs is, okay? Anything that you're doing with your body, it provides you information, right? And this information is going to help you make decisions about your well-being. Because if you're connected to your body, you're going to know what your capacity is. If you're connected to your body, you're going to know what you are able to do based on today, based on right now. Not, I should be able to do this, I should be able to do that, but based on actual fact and observation with connection with your body, you are going to have realistic expectations, and then you will be able to follow through with actions that are in alignment, right? That A, right? Actions you've been avoiding, but that are in alignment with your GPS word, and your body is the one that does it, okay? So you have to take your body and your current circumstances into consideration when you're setting intentions. And you have to make sure that what you are asking of yourself is both possible and achievable when you're really honest about yourself. When you're really honest with yourself about what is truly possible right now, right? And think about, and what I mean by that is, when I was in business as an entrepreneur, when I first started my business, my kids were little, right? Henry and Jacob were still small. Henry especially, was very, very little, and I did a lot of my work when he was home. So there was certain things that, even though I had goals to achieve certain things, there was just things that I did not have the capacity to do because of my current circumstances, right? For you might have a situation where you have some health issues that you're dealing with. So even though you think I should be able to do this, you are not, not unless. You may think I should be able to do this, but that should needs to be informed, right? Should you really? So if you look at your health, if you look at your capacity, if you look at your life situation in this moment, right? And if you're dealing with some health struggle, the idea that you should be able to do it, does that include with this illness, or is that I should be able to do it, but I have this illness? And that's what I want to talk about specifically, right? What I mean by this part of it is really, truly understanding what you are capable of, what you have the capacity for in this present moment. I should be able to, or I will be able to. Those are different than I can. I can do this right now. I am willing and able to do this right now. I have the capacity to do this right now. That's what you have to think of, right? And I use the example of, like, when my kids were small, what I could do. If you have health issues, you have to take that into consideration. But there are other pieces of the puzzle in there too. There may be societal conditions or outside circumstances that are completely out of your control that may prevent you from doing what it is that you want to do, right? And today is really about the body. So the only outside circumstance that we're talking about right now is whether or not your body is capable of doing what you want it to do. And that's what you need to reflect on, right? I want you to think about your GPS word, okay? And I want you to think about how you can embody it, right? These are connected, right? You have to really be aware of where you're at, really connect to your body. And then you have to really connect to your goals, right? To your GPS word. And then ask yourself, how can I embody this GPS word, right? Or if you can't embody it, like, let's say you're going through some health struggles, right? But your word is vitality, right? You need to figure out how you can embody vitality every day, right? You have to figure out, what can you do to change or adjust your life, your circumstances, what actions you need to take in order to integrate that GPS word, that feeling word that's so important to you. You need to figure out, what do I need to do? What changes do I need to make with tiny adjustments? What is it that will bring me closer to the word, that feeling that I want? So once again, if your GPS word is vitality, but you don't feel good or you don't feel healthy, right? Maybe you're sick or injured, or maybe you've never felt so unhealthy in your life, and that's why vitality is the word for you. Well, you need to incorporate the practice of vitality into your day-to-day, right? And it may not look the same. It may not look the same every day. It may not be the same every day. You may have a different capacity. There's lots of people out there suffering with autoimmune diseases, and from the outside, they look totally fine. But what they are capable of each day is very, very different, depending on their pain, depending on their, mind capacity, depending on many different factors. But only you can answer those factors for yourself, and you will absolutely not, with me as your coach or as your mentor or inspiration, I will not allow you to disparage the things that you struggle with in your challenges, right? And to disparage yourself by thinking, I'm terrible because I haven't, because I don't, right? You cannot do that if you have not truly taken into consideration all of the factors that would need to be sort of in flow for you to be able to achieve those goals. And today, like I said, is about the body. Okay. So I talked about grounding as an essential practice, right? The practice that we do together is grounding, right? That's what we do. But there's something else that I call tuning, right? And you may hear me talk about tuning your instrument, right? But tuning is just like what it sounds, okay? You need to tune your instrument, okay? This is my instrument. This is the way that I express myself in this world, right? It's through my body, right? My voice, through, anything to my voice, my body, everything is an expression of my soul, of my spirit, right? So this is my instrument. And just like in music, you have to play a note, right? In order to tune yourself, right? You have to play a note and then figure out how to make your instrument play that note, right? And so this is where I liken it to, and I like to think of energetic frequency. So the note, right? When you tune your instrument, like somebody plays the note on the piano and goes, oh, okay, tune to A. So the piano plays A and you're on your guitar and you start tuning the instrument to that A, right? And in our example here, the note that you tune to is your GPS word, right? And so that note that you're trying to match has a certain frequency, right? So the GPS word has a certain frequency. It connects to a feeling that you want, right? And if you want to embody that feeling, you have to think about what do you need to do in order to be able to feel that, right? Which is tuning to that frequency. So once again, in order to tune your instrument, the first thing you need to do is be aware of the condition of your instrument, right? So you play the piano and that piano is A, but then you play your guitar to tune to it and you go, oh no, that's not an A, that's an E or an F, or it sounds terrible. And you start to mess with it, right? So the first thing is knowing where you're at and where you're beginning, okay? This is not judgment, right? When you're tuning, I play the guitar, sort of, right? And so that's why I'm using that as an example. When I go to tune my guitar, I'll play it and it sounds terrible, but I'm not, this is a terrible guitar. What a piece of crap, and throw it out. No, I'm like, ooh, that note sounds bad. How can I make it sound better? How can I tune it, right? Okay. Then once you know, I need to go higher or lower, right? When you're tuning your instrument, you kind of figure out, that's the note I want. Okay. And you start playing with that frequency. You start playing in that place. You do the same thing with life, right? We do the same thing with this instrument. What feels good? Oh, if I move this way, it feels good. If I move that way, that does not feel good. So I cannot do that. That's all a part of it. And once you know where you're at and where you need to go, you start to become clearer on your direction, right? Because you start to, just like in music, when you play the note and you're tuning it, and as you start shifting and adjusting, you hear, I need to move it this way, I need to move it that way. It's the same thing with what we're talking about here in terms of connecting with your body, right? You have to figure out what feels good. You have to figure out what is feeling closer to that GPS word, to that feeling that you want most, right? So let's simplify this analogy. First thing you do is awareness, right? You have to be aware of your current frequency. Oh, I feel terrible. I feel very low. I feel out of tune, out of touch, right? The second thing you do is you get clarity. Okay, I feel out of touch. So what do I want? I want to be more in touch. I want to be more connected. I want to feel grounded, right? So now you have the awareness and then the clarity, the awareness of where you are and the clarity of where you want to go. And the next step is the tuning, right? That's the making the small changes and then making adjustments and then changing according to how it feels, right? And that's where you get to check in and see, is this creating the results I want? Is this, with music, you go, does this sound like the way I want? And in life, we're like, does this make me feel the way I want, right? And if it doesn't, that means you have to keep tuning. It means you have to keep making adjustments. You don't stop and go, it's a terrible instrument, I quit. You got to keep tuning it until you get that vibration, that frequency, that sound, that feeling that you want most. And here's a little secret. You will never stop tuning your instrument. Just like in real life, if you play an instrument, you always tune it when you go and grab it to play a song, right? You always check to make sure it's in tune. It is a work in progress. It is something you will do every single day. Okay? And success, right? Success is when you're able to recognize that you are out of tune and you have the tools to make the adjustments in order to create the songs that you want. I love it. Allergies. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that was helpful. If you're looking for a little more support in terms of tuning your instrument, figuring out what your ultimate GPS word is, how to tune your instrument if you are struggling, if you have certain challenges, if you need support in navigating that, please reach out to me. I will send you a link to my scheduler. We can have a little session. We'll talk it out. I'd be happy to help you figure this out because this really, really is my jam. I want to see everybody tuned to their highest selves, because if we all tune to our highest selves, imagine what we could do together. It would be amazing. All right, so I'm going to pick a card because we are at the end. I know that we took we had a little break there while I spoke to my child from school, but such is life of a mother. But let's find out what Spirit wants to tell us in terms of tuning your instrument. So what insight can we have from Spirit on how to tune our instrument? What does Spirit want to tell us about that? Oh, all right. Spirit has something to say. Okay, so I pulled two cards because that one fell out. So the first card was number 27, home. I really like this card. Can you see it there? Yeah. Okay. But it was actually upside down, so it's a protection message, right? And so tuning your this actually, it feels, I totally get it. Your vessel is what you have to, this is your home, right? And this is upside down. So what is Spirit telling us in terms of insight to tuning your instrument is you have to pay attention to your home, right? And this is where you have to connect with how can you create safety around being who you are? How can you create safety taking the actions that you need to take for yourself in the future, right? How can you build a foundation that feels like home in your body, right? Because we don't feel at home in our bodies. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. There's certain people who feel at home in their bodies, but I would say that the majority of people that I speak to on a daily basis, clients, friends, family, they really don't feel at home in their bodies. They are not truly connected to their bodies. Some people are. I'm not taking it away. But if you resonate with what I'm saying, then you know what I'm talking about. When it's just your body, you don't trust your body, right? Maybe you're dealing with some health struggles and you just don't trust that your body is taking care of you. You don't trust your body because it doesn't look like what you want it to look like. You don't trust your body because it doesn't act the way you want it to act, because the things that you're struggling with, maybe you feel like your body has abandoned you or your body has failed you. And if any of those things resonate with you, this practice of nourishing your body and connecting with your body and becoming aware of your body and what it needs and improving that relationship, this is going to be a game changer for you. I promise you that. If you make your body feel like home, then you will always feel connected to Spirit, because this is your home. This is your home as designated by Spirit, right? God gave us these bodies and said, hey, you want to go frolic in the world? Take this body, have fun with it, right? And we're allowed to have fun with it, but we also need to treat it right. And we also have to listen to what it needs. Because if we're not listening to the very thing that is supposed to create everything in our world, and it's supposed to take action for our highest and greatest good, but we're ignoring what it's saying to us, we're ignoring that relationship and just expecting it to act, well, that kind of feels like how we treat ourselves, doesn't it, right? And that's what we need to work on. And the other thing here, the other card that I pulled was number 52, the magical shapeshifter. And the message that I'm receiving from this is this: if you change your relationship with your body, it is literally the key to everything. This magical map shifter is a card that represents, and it's usually talking about somebody coming into your life and changing the game. But because of what we're talking about today, the somebody that's going to come into your life and change the game is the you that builds a relationship with your body in a really positive way. And I'm not talking about body positivity as a movement, although I think that's awesome, but that's not what I'm talking. What I'm talking about is the relationship with your body, where you begin to trust what it tells you, where you believe your body when it is not able to do something. And instead of getting mad at it, you give it the space and nurturing that it needs in order to go over that hump and finally produce whatever it needs to produce or whatever it is capable of producing, right? We need to be gentle with ourselves. And if we are gentle with ourselves, and if we make the changes that we can make with love and compassion, then everything in our world changes. I promise you, it will absolutely change. When you change the relationship that you have with your body, if that relationship is lacking, if it does not feel reciprocal, if you are not thrilled with what your body is capable of doing right now, work on the relationship like you would any other relationship. And I promise you, you will see big, big changes in your life. Okay, so that's it for today. I am going to wrap it up. I am going to come back tomorrow and we are going to talk about the C in the ABC. So if you're interested in talking about that and hearing the rest, please join me tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to watch any of my old episodes that are filled with nuggets of information and strategies so that you can manage your day-to-day challenges. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me anytime. Leave a comment or just send me a private message and we'll connect. That's all for today. I love you all.